Imagine you're all wondering why I've asked you to meet today. Oh, wait, no, it's class time. Never mind. Hey, maybe you're watching this together in the classroom, or maybe you're watching this individually because you've got the link to the location on the internet. If I start going too fast, the neat thing about this is you can always hit the pause button, or if you need to replay part of it, go ahead and replay part of it. So this is relatively similar to the previous lesson where we wanted to be able to take a look at a compound inequality that we create from an absolute value. But you'll notice that we've got a little bit additional work to do before we can graph, because we really do have to do some solving of inequalities after we set them up. Again, brief reminder that when equal is allowed, we need to have a closed circle. If equal is not allowed, then we need to have an open circle. Ooh, interesting. Less is a sandwich. That'll apply to both less than and also less than or equal to. All right, so if we're looking at less than, we're going to make a sandwich. Less than or equal to, we're going to make a sandwich. If you don't quite understand what that means, you will in just a bit. And then greater is an or statement. So if we got greater than, we'll make an or statement. If we have greater than or equal to, we'll make an or statement. So solve and graph. Okay, so we've got absolute value of the quantity x plus 4 less than 3. Okay, it's less than, so I'm going to make a sandwich. Right? Notice I don't do anything to the x plus 4. Right? The x plus 4 is just going to live there in the middle of that sandwich. Notice the less than 3 doesn't change either, right? I got the less than 3 right over here. Again, the x plus 4 did not change. But look what's happening at the other end. I keep that same symbol over here, but instead of putting a 3, I put a negative 3. So the value of x plus 4 is between the negative 3 and the positive 3, like sandwich in between there. Now, of course, I actually want x. Oh, but it's a little lonesome there, right? We want to isolate the variable. And so the opposite of adding 4, of course, will be subtracting 4. And notice instead of saying that I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides of the equation, as well, first of all, I don't have an equation. And then also, I don't exactly have both sides, right? There's actually 3 sections here. All right, so you might want to think about it as like 3 sides to the inequality. There's the left-hand side, the right-hand side, but then we also have that middle portion. And of course, negative 3, subtract 4 will get us a negative 7. Calculator for the assist if necessary. 3 subtract 4 is negative 1. Calculator for the assist if necessary. So now I have x isolated in that middle portion, right? Because the positive 4 and the negative 4 cancel, leaves us just x in the middle. And because we've just got the less than symbol, we're going to use open circles. I'll need them at negative 7 and negative 1. Because x is between those values, we got a shade in between. And so our solution is negative 7 is less than x is less than negative 1. And I have successfully graphed that solution on the number line. Again, pause and or replay if need be. Otherwise, let's take a look at another example. Oh, here's our visual demonstration. Right? It is sandwiched between a couple of slices of bread. Ooh, boy, that was exciting. All right, well, okay, so for this example, we've got x plus 3 inside the absolute value, greater than or equal to 2. Greater is going to be an OR statement. So just like we did on the previous assignment, we're going to break this into 2. Notice that I don't change the x plus 3. Right? As I remove it from the absolute value symbol, both times when I write this, I write it as an x plus 3. The first time I write it, I leave the greater than equal to symbol alone. I leave the 2 alone. But the second time I write this, greater than equal has become less than equal, and positive 2 has become negative 2. And notice I actually put the word or in the middle. Two different inequalities that I need to solve. In each case, opposite of adding 3 is subtracting 3. So if I subtract 3 from each side, calculator for the assist, I get negative 1. Other inequality, I need to subtract 3 from each side. Oh, whoop, I'm going to graph it first, I guess. Silly PowerPoint. Close circle at negative 1 because it says greater than or equal. And again, because it says greater than, I'm going to shade to the right. Second inequality, I need to subtract 3 from each side. Calculator for the assist if need be. And I come up with a negative 5. Solid dot at the negative 5. Shade to the left. Now, if you're wondering why I can't write it all together like we did, think about a valid solution, right? Negative 6 is a valid solution. And negative 6, indeed, is less than or equal to negative 5, right? So that's why negative 6 is a valid solution. But negative 6 is not greater than negative 1.
What are you doing?
I'm recording a PowerPoint. That's what I'm doing, right? Right? So negative 6, although it's less than or equal to negative 5, I can't compare it to being greater than negative 1. It doesn't make any sense because negative 6 is not greater than negative 1. So I'm not going to have a valid solution that fulfills both parts of it. That's why we cannot just string it all together, and we have to actually write it as an or statement with two different pieces there. Right? So greater is an or statement. Think about the oars going out each side of a boat. Okay, again, less than or equal to, so we're going to make a sandwich. When I rewrite this, the 2x minus 5 is not going to change. The one time I rewrite this, it stays the same, right? Less than or equal to 7 stays as less than or equal to 7. But on the other time, keep that symbol, but the 7 becomes a negative 7. Of course, the opposite of subtracting 5 is adding 5. But there's 3 different sections of this inequality that I need to add the 5 to. Right? So negative 7 plus, I'm telling you, you guys are going to love listening to this on Tuesday. So negative 7 plus 5, calculator for the assist is a negative 2. And of course, calculator assist, 7 plus 5 is 12. Hey, but look, that's 2 times x. I don't want 2 times x, I just want x. Opposite of multiplying by 2 is dividing by 2, so we'll divide each section by 2. Calculator assist if need be. And we end up with -1 less than equal to x less than equal to 6. Because equal is part of the solution, I need closed dots. And we need the shade in between them. Because remember, less becomes a sandwich. Right? It has to be sandwiched between those 2 points. Dun, dun, dun. So we got a worksheet. Calzilla. Don't be worried about Calzilla. Calzilla would not be a real threat to the city of Seattle. See, city of Seattle will be safe from Calzilla. Now, Godzilla is a different story, right? Seattle better live in fear of Godzilla. Again, replay if you need to. Rewind if you need to. You can watch it together as a class if you need to. You can watch it individually if you got some earbuds or headphones. Best wishes on the assignment, and I will be back tomorrow on Wednesday.